Good day, mate. My name's PhaseOne.
Today I'm going to be taking you through a little bit of insight of the making of State of Emergency, the collab I did with Yookie.
911, what is your emergency?
About a year ago, I had a show in New York City, and Yookie, the guys I did this collab with, they live like nearby, so they decided to call me last minute and be like, bro, we're coming to your show. Like an hour before I was like going to the venue, I was like, oh my god, it's awesome. They came, we hung out, we drank, it was a good time. They ended up going back to back with me at the end of the show, and we had like, it was a really good set. This is back when Basement in New York City was still happening, and it was like really good vibes. We hung out after the show and everything. We were like, man, we got to do a collab. The first thing that kind of caught my attention was that little bit that you hear at the intro of the drop, where it's like, shoop, 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 shoop. And I heard that and I was like, damn, this is something different. Like I could already see the crowd reaction from that bit. I figured like more, minimalistic kind of approach, almost neuro-y kind of sound design would work a lot better, and I feel like it would hit a lot harder. And it did. Yeah, got on the process of writing the drop. I'll give you a quick listen. The intro is basically like a lot of Foley and sound effects. So it's we got a heartbeat. Horror movie shit. She's trying to get through to 911, and that sound has a lot of reoccurrences through the track. This is really fun to make actually, because it wasn't that musical, so it was more just like sound design of like Foley and stuff. There's this frantic woman. This is the woman being hunted down and killed. I've called this channel She Dead because you'll hear the sound. She's definitely getting killed right now. You can hear it. And then comes a build. A lot of this is like a lot of resampling, a lot of stemming. This main bass here, this is the first thing I heard of, like when they sent it to me. Everyone's expecting a drop and it just goes into this fucking and I was like, what? And then it drops, and I was like, ah! It's really good crowd reaction stuff, and I think it's definitely backed up by the cool sound design. It's very like really low, mid-rangey. I haven't heard a tune like this, so this is cool that I was able to work on this. And here I've got my snare group. It's just a bunch of like things layered up, so it's like claps and upon claps upon claps. The switch up part of this tune is a little bit more complicated. It has like some triplet tambourine things going on, like you can hear here. Going back to the bass patches and audio. Once again, like because we worked mostly in audio for this, I kind of prefer working in audio anyway. Like it's way more visual. You can see exactly what's going on. I find like in terms of like getting things like slightly off grid as well, it's kind of cool. You can just move it like a little bit or subtract it a little bit. You know, there's the start of the bar. I've started the sound like slightly later anyway. That's why I like working with audio. Like I come from a very audio-based background. I used to record bands and stuff, and it was all audio. Like MIDI to me is kind of new, so I still like, if I've got a sound I'm happy with, I'll bounce it to audio and manipulate that. So like things like this. Let me play the drop a bit for you, if you haven't heard this already.
What is your emergency?
Yeah, that's the phone call, which keeps making the reoccurrence. I've got this thing called ha. It's like, you might be able to hear it, like ha. Yeah, pretty cool like that. This is one patch I'm pretty proud of. The second build. It's like kind of a bit more sustained notes. So it goes a little something like this. It all comes from the reverb filter on this one. Where is it? Yeah, so it like slides down there from the reverb filter, sustains, and then like slides back up again. On the mod wheel, I've set a bit of vibrato to the whole patch, to the master tuning. So if I play it by itself, you play the sound, and then at the end the pitch wheel goes, the mod wheel goes up, which is kind of affecting the vibrato. So you kind of hear it. It's very subtle at the end. It kind of like has the sustained note, and then will kind of get destroyed at the end. One by the reverb filter, and two by the vibrato. So for the second bit, as it goes a bit higher, which is basically just changing the FM. Yeah, the first drop is very minimal, where the second drop has a lot more going on. Like there's more hats, there's more sound effects as well. The basses are a bit more intense and longer. I've got this hey ho thing going on. It's all like little things you can't really tell in the mix, but like if you hear it separately, you'll be like, oh yeah. A few little vocal samples.
So let's try this again.
Let's try this again. There's the woman getting killed again. She did. This patch is pretty cool as well. It's like a wobbly kind of patch. Sounds like this. Yeah, being FM'd from B. It's just a basic kind of wobble, like when we play it like without anything. It's like triplets, like da 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 da. But then I've kind of automated the LFO to LFO speed, so you can see throughout these bits here, it changes a bit. And I've also automated the pitch on the actual MIDI note. So this is like one sustained note throughout the whole thing, but you'll see it goes whoop, and then it goes and it goes down again. So you can hear it like as I play. You'll be able to see the automation here and the automation here come into play. Yeah. And then similar sort of thing here, but a bit more drastic automation on the pitch front here. CPU is struggling a little bit, but that's okay. I guess a lot of the processing was done pre-exporting a lot of these stems and everything. I've actually done like a kind of group process on this for this particular track. It's not how I normally work, but if you look at my basses group, is like I've kind of done a lot of group processing, because a lot of the sounds sounded good already. There wasn't much needed to do. Easy washout. I pretty much use it in every song, like mostly during build-ups and like coming out of drops. Like you just automate. It's literally just this washout filter function thing. It's basically a whole lot of reverb and delays going on within one group. It just has this washed out effects, like it's wide and reverby and kind of tinny, depending on the tune. But for here, I've kind of like gone from being outwardly tinny to kind of coming into the drop, so it kind of gets a bit more dry as it gets in. It's like subtle in the background right now, but then gets a little bit more. Then a drop hits. Yeah. So for the last drop, the Yookie boys kind of did a lot of work on this. They added a whole lot of new sounds, which is cool. I had the final master session for this, so I end up just kind of bringing the audio in, and yeah, I'll show you. Just like fat sounds, like it's pretty sick. There's another patch here. It's a bit of a variation of this one that I showed you before. Same kind of thing, but slightly different wavetable. The end has like a bit of a creepy outro. This song's gonna be on my next EP, Double Up, on Disciple. It's a big EP. I hope you guys enjoy it, and PhaseOne out.